Good morning, y'all. I'm Marlene Bush. This is Stitching by the Lake, and this is a video about counted cross stitch and a few other things that I want to talk about today. This is my second time to try this video. I'm having a lot of trouble with the sound. My microphone, which is the second microphone that I've had, was making a terrible buzzing noise. I don't know what's wrong with it. Anyway, I took it off, so I'm going to try to talk loud enough that you'll be able to hear me. And if you can't, I apologize for that. If you know of a good microphone to make videos with, please comment below and tell me that. I'm certainly willing to buy another one, but heavens, I've been through two now. The first one just quit, and it lasted a couple of years, so I bought another one just like it, and now this one has started buzzing. So that one may not be my best bet. Now I don't know what I said in the first video and what I said in this video. It is a beautiful fall day here. We're not getting much color yet, which is typical for us in Arkansas. I hope that the leaves do change and get pretty, but we did have a drought towards the end of the summer, so I don't know. We'll see. I've been to yoga this morning. I go to a chair yoga class twice a week, and it's great. I love it. If you've not done anything like that, it is particularly good for flexibility and balance, and I think it's really helping me. So anyway, I've got lots of things to show you. I've got a couple of pages of notes. The first thing I want to do is ask a question. And please comment below. I have a ton of patterns, and I need to destash. I want to sell some of them so I can buy more, of course. But I don't know what's the best way to do that. So tell me what you think. Is it best to do it on Instagram, maybe in a separate account? Is it best to do a video here on YouTube? And how do I know how to price them? I don't want to price things too high so that people won't buy them, but I also don't want to be so low that it's not worth my time. And what do you do about charging postage? I don't have a postage machine, and it's a 25 minute drive to the post office for me. So I can't go in and figure out the postage there every time. I really need to set a price, whatever it happens to be, but I need to set that so that I can tell people ahead of time. So if you have any advice about that, please put it in the comments below, okay? Because I would really love to hear that. Okay, I've got things to talk about. I've got FFOs, I've got FOs, I've got new starts, I've got whips, I've got things I've kitted up. I don't normally talk about things I buy, but this time I am, and I have a particular reason for that. So I'm going to talk about haul. I have a little small fall wall hanging for you quilters out there to show you and tell you how it's made. I've got a couple of wool things to show. So I'm going to get started and see how long this might take. Last video, I have some giveaways too. I forgot that. Last video, I showed you a stitch that I had bought at, I don't remember, Goodwill or somewhere, maybe a flea market. And it was a turkey. I thought it was beautiful, but I hated it in the frame. So I took it out. I used some half square triangles to make a pillow. And this is how my turkey turned out. And I absolutely love this. I can't wait to put it on my couch or my chair, somewhere in my living room. I think it's just beautiful. And I actually had these scraps of half square triangles put away from a quilt I'd made several years ago. They were leftovers. And I just put them around the sides, put in solid squares on the ends, and backed it with this fabric and stuffed it. And I think it's just perfect for Thanksgiving. Save the Stitches. I also had one other small Save the Stitches that I showed it a couple of videos ago. It was in a little frame. And it's called Feed My Sheep. I know nothing else about it, but I took it out of the frame and just made a small pillow. That's what I backed it with. Stuffed it with polyester. And that other pillow is stuffed with polyester as well. Let's see. Oh, I knew I had 3 FFOs. Bristol Berries 3 just came out recently. This is Erica Michaels. And I used a 27 count mystery fabric. And I used cayenne to finish it, to stitch it. And this is how it turned out. I love strawberries. I know some people don't like them, but I really do. I filled the tip of it with walnut shells. Stitched it the rest of the way with polyester. I have not done a strawberry probably in a year. And I've not yet mastered the knack for filling this top end so there are no wrinkles up here. Oh well. I still love it. This one is, I call it Bible. I don't know that she has a name for it. But it is a picture of the Bible and it has a cross on either side. And just some other little small motifs. I used some wool that I had to make the leaves up here and 2 berries that I glued all of that on. And this was just a little piece of a trim that I found in my drawer that I added to that. So fun. I love this. I love strawberries. And this one also has 2 others on it. I'm going to stitch all 3 of these. In fact, I'll show you in a minute. I have several Erica Michaels berry patterns. I don't have all of them. I wish I did. But I have Bristol berries 1 and 2. And I'll show that to you in a few minutes. Another of her Bristol berries that I did is called Autumn Berries. And this is what it looks like. And I have stitched 2 of these. I've stitched this one, which is Autumn Leaves Abound, and this one, which is Pick of the Patch. And I am going to do the Scarecrow, although I don't know if I'll get him done. Well, I should get him done before Thanksgiving. I do have several other things going on, stitching right now. I stitched both of these on, let's see, 32 count eggshell by Fiber on a Whim. And for the Autumn Leaves Abound, it actually called for cinnamon, I think, but I didn't use that. I used cayenne, which is what I used on the Bristol Berry. But on this fabric, it of course looks very different. These don't take very long. I can do them at least in 2 evenings. And sometimes in 1, depending on how long I stitch. But for sure 2. This is Pick of the Patch. I really, really like this one. I hope I get these finished this week. I think I can. It's that little children's book. I think I can. I think I can. And then, yes. Little Red Work Pin Keep by Stacy Nash. Looks like this. This is the front, and it is designed to have this on the back. And I really thought that was pretty and would have done it, except I made a mistake. And once I made the mistake, I decided I'm not going back and rip all that off. So I looked at it to see what I could do. This is on 28 count light exemplar, and I used Gloriana red, Schoolhouse Red. Anyway, this is what it looks like. I turned the backs. If you were going to do that to pin keep, this part you would have done upside down from this and folded it over and made it into your little pillow. But I didn't do that. So once I had gotten far enough into it that I thought, I'm not going back, I decided to leave it like it was and frame it. And I left off some motifs that were here and here and put in my mother's initial and my initial, which is really kind of funny because they are upside down from each other. Mine's an M and hers is a W. But I love the idea of this. I love the fact that they are upside down from each other because, I don't know, just it made my heart happy. It's very different because the bottom half is a little bit wider than the top half. But I love that it's that unusual. I loved this stitch. I love small samplers. You know, the big ones, they can be kind of intimidating. But the small ones, oh, they're just so fun to do. And this is my very favorite of all that I'm going to show you. This is Faith of the Heart by Brenda Gervais. And this is what the pattern looks like. It says, God finds a low branch for the bird that cannot fly. It is stitched on 32 count colonial sampler using mostly the called for threads, but I did substitute a couple. These are the threads that were used for this. Aren't those pretty? I told y'all several times, I think, that I was participating in a round robin with 5 friends. We had decided several months ago, 6 months ago, that instead of giving Christmas presents, we would do a round robin and stitch for each other. And this is the pattern that I chose to have stitched for me. I started it, and to be honest, I don't remember what I did, but I do remember that I started it. And I just got it back this month, and it's completed. Now, is that not the prettiest thing you've ever seen? I just love this pattern. I love the sentiment. I love the fact that my friends have all stitched on it. I'm trying to decide. I think I may go back. I think I can add, if I do 1/1, I can add first initials in various places. I may do that. Or I could put them down below the bottom border. I don't know. I'm almost scared I'll mess it up. I love that, and I love my friends. It was such fun doing that round robin. If you ever get a chance, don't let it intimidate you, because it's just wonderful. It really is. So fun. All right, I have some whips. I have 3 whips and 3 new starts, and I'm going to do just the whips first. Oops. This is Hello Halloween by Sue Hillis. I started this last year, I think. I don't have the date down here, but I think it was last year. And I started it on 32 count Aztec. So I worked on it a little bit more. I'm using the called for colors, which are DMCs. And I had gotten about, let's see, I had done this crow and this top part with that little skeleton. and just this little top part of the truck right there. And what I have done since then is finish this door right here. This is a lot of stitching. I know it doesn't look like it, but it really is. It's a lot of stitching. I certainly am not going to have this done for Halloween. I didn't plan to. It'll probably be a couple of years before I have this one finished. I love it. And if I can, you know, you would think that that truck would be a lot of fill-in, and it is, but it does have quite a bit of shading. If I can ever get it outlined, it could be an easy stitching for me. Like for a retreat or something to, you know, doing fill-in. Sorry, it's not going back in my bag like I want it to. These are the DMC colors. That's what I'm using on that one. I think I might sneeze, y'all. Or not. The second one is also a Halloween stitch, and it is Spooky Countdown by the Primitive Hair. And I know y'all have all seen that. I'm using DMC on this one as well. These are the colors. And I'm using a 28 count lamb's wool Jobelin. It's going to be big because it's on this 28 count. I had done the word spooky, and I had done this first little block. I finished the countdown, the fence up here, and the next 2 blocks. And this one, just like that Happy Halloween, is not going to be finished this year. I'm not disciplined enough to do that. I heard somebody the other day, was it Cynthia Brew? I can't remember. She's doing one a day. One of the blocks a day. No, it was Fox and Rabbit. I think it was Fox and Rabbit. Anyway, this is another one that maybe I'll finish next year or the year after. I got a little concerned the other day. Oh, goodness. Sometimes my brain just is crazy. I was talking to one of my daughters about things I have started, and I had read somewhere, someone on Instagram said, stitch all the time, no new starts. And I thought, you know, that sounds like it's something I maybe ought to do, but again, I'm 75. I want to start all the stuff, and I don't have 50 years to do that in, so I just am starting whatever I want to start. And my daughter said, it's okay, Mom. When I retire, I really think I'm going to be stitching, and I will finish all of your starts. And I said, glory, hallelujah. That made me happy. Okay. Sometimes my sidebars are kind of crazy, y'all. And my third whip that I pulled back out to work on is Hannah Carter, 1838 by Shakespeare's Peddler. Love this pattern. I'm doing it on a 32 count R&R Vintage Gray, and I'm using Gloriana Aubergine. Simply stunning color. It's hard to tell. It's not black. It's a navy. It's got some lighter navy and some darker navy woven through it, and sometimes even has a hint of purple. And this is just stunning. I had done, whoops, my needle minders are not acting nice here. There. I had done the first 2.5 lines, I think, this part right up here on the top. And I've added this here. I would like to have this one finished by the end of the year. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I would like for it to. I suppose we can say that about a lot of things, can't we? I'd really like to have that finished by then. Who knows whether we will or not. Okay, new starts. I have been looking for a couple of years for a Christmas stocking package pattern for the great-grandchildren that I thought I would like. And then several months ago, Vanna Pfeiffer showed a couple of stockings she had finished for someone. And this is what she had finished. She had used a red and white braid, I believe, on hers. And I just thought they were wonderful. I really loved them. They didn't look like something horribly intimidating with 342 colors. And I thought that's what I want to do. Well, then I started looking for that pattern. Couldn't find it anywhere. It was in this magazine. So on Facebook, there is a group called, I don't remember what it's called, Unicorn Patterns, something like that. And I believe it was originally put together by Fox and Rabbit, but is being administered by someone else right now. Anyway, I asked if anyone had this magazine. And a dear sweet stitcher, Ronnie is in Australia, I think, said, I've got it, but I can't get to the post office because we're in lockdown. But I will send it to you when we can get out. And she did, y'all. Out of the goodness of her heart, sent me this magazine from there. What a blessing she has been for me, because I have started my first one. It will not be my last one. I bought a full half yard, I guess, is what I bought, of Picture This Plus Phoenix. It's a 32 count, and I'm using B5200. And I've started on the bottom of the stocking. You can see right here. Again, this one will not be finished for Christmas, but eventually I will have at least 4 of these done because I have 4 great-grandchildren. And I will change around. If you look at the pattern, of course their names will be on them, so that will
I'm having trouble hearing you.
Whoops, sorry. My Apple Watch is trying to talk to me. I think I will change, like make the top band different on all 4. This one is poinsettias, and there's a reindeer and mittens and hats, so I can switch those around so each one has a different one at the top. It doesn't really matter because they aren't all in the same family and their names will be on them, but still I thought that would be kind of fun. So I'm thrilled to death with that one. So excited to have it. Okay. And then my second new start is Ann Miller 1818 from Needlework Press. I'm using a 36 count straw on this one, and the thread is rum raisin. And y'all, I have this on my frame. Excuse me. I had to move that because it fell under my feet. So I'm not taking this off. But that's where I am. I've done the first 2 lines. This is actually a pretty fast stitch. I did 1 line each night for the last couple of nights. So if I really buckled down and stuck with this one, I'm so sorry, y'all. This only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I really buckle down, it could be finished in a week. I don't know. I don't think I can stay with something for a solid week, but we'll see. And then my third new start, I put this one last, not because it's the last one I started, because Ann Miller was the last one I started, but because I wanted to talk about this. Y'all know that we went on vacation in September and we went to Colorado. and stayed for a week. We had beautiful weather while we were there, but it was very, very windy. Couldn't get out a whole lot. And our room was very dark, and I didn't get to stitch very much. So I didn't start this there. I started it when I got home. But while we were there, we went to Colorado Cross Stitcher's new shop. Now, she's had a yarn shop forever. Well, maybe not forever, but a long time. The Loopy U is her yarn shop. But she has started a new cross-stitch shop in her building where she has a big, huge store. And while I was there, she showed me this. I got to be, by the way, her first customer and also the first person to buy this pattern that she had designed called Sampler Maker. She had it stitched and on the wall, and I just loved it. Loved it. So, she didn't even have a copy of it in the store. I bought it and paid for it, and she mailed it to me. And actually, I think it was here when I got home. So, I started this one. I'm doing it on ACLL 37 count corn tassel using the called for colors. I may have had to make some substitutions. I'm not sure. I don't remember now. But these are the colors, some of them. They're kind of hard to see in here, aren't they? My light's just not good today. And I'm afraid it's because of where I am. The light's coming from up there. Anyway, I've only gotten a small start on this. I started in the upper left corner. And this is all I've gotten done on it. I don't know what's happened to my little... Oh, he's turned backwards. Crazy. My needle holder was doing something really funny. Anyway, that's all I've gotten done on this one. But this one I'm going to be going back to probably tonight. I don't think this is going to take all that long to make, but I'm anxious to get it done and get it framed. I want it on my wall in my bedroom where I have all my samplers and many other things. I told y'all that I didn't usually talk about haul. Excuse me, just a second. And I don't, but I wanted to show you some things I got at the Colorado Cross Stitcher. It's, it's a new shop, great shop, and I just want to show you a few really special things I thought. But I also, now these are not things that I've bought since the last video. I just want to clarify that because I didn't go completely crazy. But I'm also going to show you some other things I bought just because I think they're special and fun and over the last 3 months or so that I have acquired. But at Colorado Cross Stitcher, I fell in love with this modern folk embroidery pattern. This is called I'll Be Home for Christmas. It's an advent calendar. It's done. I don't have the fabric for this yet. It calls for, I don't remember that he calls for any particular fabric, but I'll look and see if I can find that for you. Any dark fabric would work for this. He says that it's designed as a monochrome pattern, but could be stitched in various colors. The fabric matches Zweigart's slate linen. And the white threads are a DMC 822 and the yellow DMC 3852. I don't typically stitch on dark fabrics. Y'all know I've had vision problems forever, although they are much better. I'll talk about that in just a second. But I may have to break down and do this one on a black because I just love it so much in this dark color. I love the white and I love the yellow windows. I'm looking forward to stitching this one. While I remember it, because y'all know I'll probably forget it in a minute, I told you last time I had had surgery on my eyelids. My eyelids had drooped down till they were folded over and laying on my eyelashes, and they were inhibiting my vision. And I had them done, whatever the surgeon, I don't know what you call that. It's got a long name. And I am so thankful that I did because my vision has continued to get better. In fact, I stitched the last 2 nights on a 36 count, I think it was on Ann Miller, without the magnifier. Now, my vision itself did not change. What has changed is the amount of light that I'm getting, because all of the light that I have on me is now, I can see it. When I look down, my eyelids are not pushing my lids farther down. They're staying open, and I'm getting all of that light and some peripheral vision as well. So it's been fabulous. I did not have the Country Life Blackbird Designs pattern, which she had at the store, so I picked that one up. She had this one stitched, Redbird Sampler by Heart and Hand, which I thought would make a great gift for a friend. She had this one stitched, Silver Creek Samplers, Do Not Worry. Oh no, Eye on the Sparrow. Oh my goodness, this one was pretty, y'all. And then she had this one, Plum Street's Goodness and Plenty, which I'm going to be leaving out today because I'm going to have a new start. I've already kitted this up. I forget what, wait a minute and I'll tell you what fabric I chose. It's a 36 count, no name. Don't know. And I'm going to start the one that says Goodness and Plenty. I thought that would be a great Thanksgiving one. I also bought a few more milk thread designs because I love these if you have not seen them. And she gave me a Colorado Cross Stitcher needle heat, and I love that. Haven't used it yet. But y'all, this is my very favorite purchase there. Cannot tell you how much I love this. I have used it, so I had to take everything out of it so that I could show it to you. This was sitting on a shelf. It's like a little lunchbox, okay? And it immediately caught my eye. And I said, Sherry, that is just wonderful. How perfect to put one pattern and everything you need in this little thing and carry it when you're going to stitch with a friend or keep it in the car. It was just, I mean, I loved it. And she said, you need to go over there and open it up. So I did. And inside, it had another one, a smaller one. Look at that. And so I opened that one up, and inside was a third one. Now, y'all, you cannot beat that. I have no idea if she has any more of these, if she can get any more of these. I'm sorry, I don't know. There was one other one when I was there, but that was late September. And I thought the price was great. It was $35 for this 3-piece set. And I love it. Love it. My favorite purchase there. Okay. So, I bought a few other things. Sometimes I'm really an impulse buyer. Like y'all didn't know that already. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. I was watching Shanda in Idaho, her Flosstube the other day. And she showed this book, My Name is Lydia. And she made the statement she thought it was really understitched. And she showed several things in here. I stopped the video and went to Amazon and ordered it. And y'all, it's just a wonderful book. I'm going to kit something up out of here today. I don't know which one. This, by the way, is by Stacy Nash. My Name is Lydia. A very unusual spelling. Don't know. She says in here she doesn't know if the spelling was just an unusual spelling or if the child transposed a couple of letters. But I bet it was just an unusual spelling. There are, I don't know, 9 or 10 patterns in here. Here's one for a little gathering bag. Just taking motifs off of the sampler itself, I think. Here's a drum. Wait. I think she made a little bag out of this one, a sampler bag, she calls it, using part of the motif. And here's another part where she, oh no, that's the same pattern. She's just showing it folded over. This, she did a sewing roll. That's the sampler on the front. And then the back of where it's, she can fold it over and carry sewing supplies in there. Anyway, wonderful, wonderful book. Then I was watching The Contented Stitcher, precious friend, and she was stitching this pattern. Now, it's not all of these zebras, okay? It's one, and I can't show you because, oh wait, yes I can. Yes I can. It's one zebra. Look at this. Now, I started looking. Okay, y'all, do you see right here behind me, Pine Bluff High School? Zebras. I graduated from high school in 1964, and we were the zebras. So when I saw this, yes, that was a long time ago, okay? That was 54 years, 53, 54 years, I don't know. No, it was 57 years. Anyway, when I saw this, I thought I got to have it. So I tried emailing Erna Hiscock. I tried twice, got no answer. I had evidently had the wrong email address. So I messaged, anyway, long story short, I was finally able to get this pattern, and it is kitted and it will be started very soon. I'm using 32 count American chestnut. This is the color, and I'm using Belsois Old Crow and oatmeal scone. That's what I'm going to use, and I can hardly wait to start that one. When I was in Colorado, there's a tiny little shop. Mostly, not a tiny shop, but it's a nice size shop, but it's a quilt shop. Fabrics and quilting fabrics and all that kind of stuff. But they do have a little bit of cross stitch, tiny little bit, and some punch needle. And I found this there called Sheep. I don't even see the designer. It's someone local. And they had it made up, and it was really cute. And I was looking for, when I was in Tulsa, Teresa Kogut told us that showed us that she used a shorter punch needle. And she didn't have any on her website, so I just started looking for one. That is not, Clover is not the brand she uses, but I thought it was worth a try. So while I was there, I got that. And, of course, I have been to the Shepherd's Needle because we all know that that's my very favorite shop in the whole wide world. The whole wide world. I love Anne and I love Sherry, and I just can't wait every time I get excited to go. So I picked up a couple of things from them that, let's see, both of these were from Needlework Galleria. Autumn Pendrum by Kathy Barrick. Picked up that pattern because I just think that's fabulous. And I picked up Stacy Nash Butternut House Pin Keep, which I have kitted up. It's ready to go, and I picked 40 count Dusty Road. And some DMCs, some 1 weeks. And then I picked up one piece of fabric, and y'all are not going to believe what I did. I had watched The Addicts Flosstube, and Jean kept saying, if you can stitch on 40, you can stitch on 56. I've stitched a couple of things on 40, not much because vision, but it's better. So I thought, I'm going to try it. 56 count. Total insanity, right? Total insanity. This is a Zweigart 56 count Cafe au lait. That's all it says. It's not a big piece, y'all. I'm not going to do a big piece. What can I say? I felt like I needed to try it. Okay. There are a few other things that I have kitted up since I've shown y'all anything. So I just thought, what the heck? I'll just show them. My friend Judy in Tulsa gave me this pattern. It was given out at one of the summer workshops in Tulsa this summer, and when the Scarlet House was the guest speaker, and it's called Gathering Together. So I have kitted it up. I am using a 28 count flax is the color, and these are the threads. Not started yet, but soon. I also have fallen in love with Liberty House. This is, a Brenda Gervais pattern, and I have chosen a gray color. I don't know what this is right now. I'm not going to take it out of there, but that is not what is shown here, or at least that's not what it looks like. But I'm going to try it, and these are the colors. I've got 4 or 5 Blackbird designs started, but I kitted this one anyway because I love it so much. What Remains is Love. I believe this is a 36 count straw. Maybe not, but I think it is. And these are the threads that I've chosen. Whilst Iris Naps, Ada Bilson, 1863. Let's see what that fabric is. I wasn't going to take any of these off because it's rattly and hard to get things back together, but I can't remember what I chose. So let's see what it is. It is 32 count. Oh me. It's Fiber on a Whim. Dolce de Leche. I don't know if that's correct or not. But isn't that pretty? to put this tag back on there, y'all, or I will lose it. I also kitted up another blackbird design early Christmas morning, and it's using a 36 count winter brew. Winter brew, sorry. The writing's small, what can I say? And those are the colors. That's all the ones I've done recently. I thought I might show you, I mentioned the Erica Michaels Bristol Berries earlier. This is Bristol Berries 1, and I want to do all of those, all of that, and Bristol Berries 2. And I for sure want to do this one with the bee on it, since my last name is Bush. I also have her Spring Berries and her Woodland Berry. This was a gift from a friend. And I have her Sweet Freedom Berry. And this one called Sweet Berry. So I have a few strawberries in my future. When I was watching Brenda and the Serial Starter recently, and Laura was talking about her week away with some other stitchers, and weren't we all jealous because we all wanted to be there with them. But they had made covered buttons, and she was having such a good time with those. I have made covered buttons for many, many years. I love to use them. I have a couple that a friend sent me probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago that she'd made into needle minders. But I had a few of these that I thought I would show you. I keep these over on the counter just because I think they're pretty. I have a ton of them not yet made into covered buttons. Whoops, there's one turned over. Poor baby. But these were such fun colors that I thought y'all might like to see them. Okay, a few more things. I'm almost through, y'all. A couple of wool things that I made several years ago that I thought you might enjoy seeing. I've shown this one before, I know. This is from Primitive Gatherings in Wisconsin. It was a kit, and it's a farmhouse scene. I have a chair and a half in my living room that has a great big huge footstool, and I usually alternate these wool mats on the footstool of that. It's the same on both sides. It's mirror image. Isn't that cute? And then my second wool one to show you is my little cat. I don't think I had a pattern for this, y'all. I think I just drew a cat head. If there's a pattern, I don't recall. I usually did, well, always did. On wool, I do buttonhole stitch. And I try to match the color of the wool unless I'm really wanting a contrast, and then I will change the color. But most of the time, I tried to match the wool. Oh, there's a couple more kitted up that I didn't get to show you. I got this one at the Shepherd's Needle. Heartstring Samplery. This is so pretty, y'all. Threads and fabric, kitted and ready. And then this one, oh my goodness, this is just going to be so beautiful. Sarah Gerard Needlework Press. Let's see what this fabric is. Y'all, I'm already at 50 minutes, and you know I never do videos this long. I'm so sorry if this is longer. Maybe you've had to leave already. Don't even know I'm saying it. This is a 32 count prairie grass. Is the fabric. And these are the threads for that. Y'all see what I mean when I said I just want to start everything, and I'm just going to. let's see. I'll show you I've got some giveaways, but I'm going to show you one or two more fall things, and then I'll do the giveaways, and we'll end up. This is an embroidery that I did several years ago. This is a pillow cover. I simply don't have the pillow in it right now. I don't remember the designer on this. I'm not sure that I'm happy with it as a pillow. And the reason I haven't put it out and haven't put a pillow in it is because I'm very seriously thinking about taking it apart and framing it. I don't know. This is a fun little wall hanging. You don't need a pattern for these, y'all. Cut out a pumpkin and a ghost. You can see here where I wanted the contrast, so I used a darker thread. And I just had Halloween fabric. This is actually on a tea towel. This background fabric right here is the tea towel. And I had some little border fabrics that I cut out and bordered it with and backed it with some spider webs. This is another little wool piece. I'm pretty sure I had a pattern for this, but I don't recall anything about it. And it's just a little mat that I lay on a table. And one other embroidered piece, which is a wall hanging, using half square triangles on this one as well. I used to do a lot of embroidery before my hand got bad. And then this piece is another one. Y'all are going to think I'm insane, but I'm going to take it apart as well. This is a pillow cover. And I love the pumpkins. The background fabric has faded very badly. And so I am going to take this apart. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I can go in and unstitch all of the outside of this, I believe, and lift the whole thing off and leave some of the inside stitching. And I told you I would show you a little small quilt. It's actually a quilted wall hanging that you don't need a pattern for. It's very simple. I've shown it before. All you need to do is gather some leaves out of your yard and trace them. Cut out your fabric and machine stitch them on. Draw you a little alphabet or find an alphabet that you can trace and put those on top of the leaves and machine stitch around them. And then for the border, I just cut some rectangles out of fabric, different sizes. They're not the same anywhere. Right here, I put just a little narrow border of a different color just to set it off. And quilt, it's just a plain backing. So, a really easy, fun little quilt. I don't have it hanging because typically we hang it up above a door, and I've not been willing to let my husband get up on a ladder right now. He's older than I am, so it will have to wait until one of the children are here. Okay, I have some giveaways. I need to write myself a note on these. This is a little small quilt kit. It's called Flowers for Isabel. It has some piecing and it has some applique. You can do that applique any way you want to. It is by Lori Smith and it has fabrics to complete the top as well as the backing and the binding. So if you are interested in this kit, and y'all, I'm going to have to say for these giveaways, I need for these to stay in the United States. I had one out of the country one recently. I don't remember the last giveaway or the one before that. That it absolutely ended up costing more than what I was sending, a lot more than what I was sending. So for this one this time, I'm going to have to back off. in the United States, please. And if you are interested in this little quilt kit, those are the fabrics, please use the word quilt in your comment. Also, I bought this fabric at Hobby Lobby, I think, back when they were still carrying MCG textiles. It's a 32 count linen natural. I don't care for it. I'm not going to stitch on it. Now, I'm going to tell you up front, the threads on this, on natural, you might have one fat thread, one thin thread. One fat thread, two thin threads, two fat threads, you know, like that. It's very uneven in terms of the threads. Not the count, but the threads. If you are interested in this, use the word fabric. And I have a couple of patterns. This one is a Raise the Roof pattern. At one point in time, it must have been a kit because it's got a pretty high price on it. It's by Raise the Roof. Warm water wash. And it's just the pattern. So if you're interested in this one, put laundry. This is an embroidery pattern by Crabapple Hill. And I think that's who that embroidery pattern was that I just showed y'all. Pattern only. So cute. You don't have to color these in, although they colored them in with Crayolas. It's called Witch's Boot. It's a quilt pattern, but has the embroidery pattern in it, I believe is what it is. And if you are interested in this, use the word boot. Another, in fact, what have I got here? Two Raise the Roof patterns. The first one is called Spooky Fence. If you would like to have this one, use the word fence. This one is Good Luck. So if you would like to have that one, use the word luck. I have this one called Planted Hearts Needle Roll and Scissor Fob. It's by Lavender Wings. And if you're interested in this one, use the word lavender. Several videos ago, I offered this magazine, and the winner never contacted me. So I'm going to try again on that one, and you can use magazine for that one. This is a 2015 magazine, and it's from the UK. Okay, those are the giveaways. I think that's it. I think that's all I have to tell you. And this video is right at an hour. So, hope that's not too long for y'all. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week next week. And I'd like to tell you I'll be back sooner than 3 or 4 weeks, but I probably won't do that. I don't know what happens. Time just gets away from me. I work really hard all morning long, and then I kind of just wear out. And so I rest in the afternoons or stitch or whatever. And like I said, time just gets away. So anyway, keep stitching. Hope to see you all again when I get back, okay? Bye-bye.